All right, everyone, my thoughts on MSE as it pertains to deviated septums. Okay, so a lot of people come to my channel because they have trouble breathing. People who have trouble breathing, they end up at an ENT's office often, or they end up looking into something like the MSE or both. Can an MSE fix a deviated septum? So you went to see the ENT because you had a breathing problem. The ENT doesn't know shit about the MSE and about the ability to split the maxilla, to split the nasal floor, and to expand nasal volume that way. So he's going to stick a flashlight up your nose, completely ignorant of your maxilla and of the basal bone there. And all he's going to look at the soft tissue in your nose, and he's going to pin your breathing troubles on, oh, what's that I see up there? Oh, your septum, it deviates a little bit to the left. Yeah, that's your problem. That's why you're not breathing right. You have a deviated septum. If we correct that surgically, your breathing may improve. Okay? So the ENT surgeon has tunnel vision. He has tunnel vision. All he sees is soft tissue. He does not see bone. Remember, your issue that you came to the ENT with, it's not a deviated septum. You didn't go to see him because, oh, my septum is deviated and I need that corrected. No, you went to see the ENT because you're having trouble breathing. Can an MSE correct a deviated septum? No, an MSE is not going to straighten your nasal septum, but an MSE may fix the larger problem, which is the fact that you can't breathe. Okay, so you got to keep the big picture in mind, and you got to remember that the ENT has tunnel vision. To a hammer, everything looks like a nail. To an ENT, everything looks like a soft tissue problem. So what I would suggest is that to anyone who has been diagnosed with a deviated septum and that the ENT is telling you that's what's causing your breathing problems, I would say if you're also interested in the MSE, and of course you are, that's why you ended up on my channel, do the MSE first. Do the MSE first, and maybe that'll solve your problem. The MSE splits the maxilla, which is also, by splitting the maxilla, it's also splitting the floor of your nose. I personally experienced a ridiculous improvement in my nasal breathing following MSE expansion. In fact, this is, of all the crap I've been through for the past several years, I've been telling people, of all the crap I've been through, just the improvement in nasal breathing that I've gotten from the MSE has made all of it worth it. This is the golden benefit of the MSE, is the improvement in nasal breathing. Like, this is what it does, is it improves your nasal breathing. It also increases your oral volume, which contributes to clearing up your oral airway, because you get your tongue up out of your throat onto the roof of your mouth, because the roof of your mouth becomes so much bigger. This is also a boon to your breathing in general. If you do the MSE, you might find that you feel better. Your problem is solved. You no longer have the initial complaint that brought you to the ENT in the first place. Now you can avoid septoplasty. Now you can avoid soft tissue surgery of the nose, which is, you know, I've had my fair share of surgeries. I would not want a scalpel in my nose. And I've also spoken to many people who have had septoplasties or other, you know, turbinate reductions. Soft tissue surgery is brutal. And what I've gathered with a lot of these people, and this is why they end up talking to me about maxillary expansion, you feel better for a little while, for the first several months or year after surgery, but then all of a sudden, you know, the nose, it's stuffed again all of a sudden. That soft tissue, you fuck with it, and it's like a plant. You trim the hedges, and then they want to grow back, right? That's my gut of kind of how soft tissue surgery in the nose works. So if you can avoid the soft tissue surgery, I'm not saying avoid it entirely. What I'm saying is do the basal bone surgery first. Do the MSE first, and if that doesn't get you to where you want to go, fine. Go do the septoplasty, do the turbinate reduction, do what the ENT wants you to do. Hit it from all angles, but hit the right angles in the right order. Hit the MSE first, attack the problem at the level of the bone, and you might find that that soft tissue issue in your nose resolves itself and that there's no need for that septoplasty or that turbinate reduction at all. One other thought I had on this, Buteyko breathing, B-U-T-E-Y-K-O. It's a breathing method, and if you do some Googling on this, and if you have a stuffy nose, run through a Buteyko breathing exercise, and what you will find is that if you do this breathing exercise, basically if you, it pertains to getting the carbon dioxide to oxygen ratio in the blood corrected, which has an effect on the soft tissue of the body, of the musculature. You'll find that if you do a couple minutes of this breathing, your stuffy nose just lets go. And that tissue in your nose that you thought was just constriction, that had to be surgically cut with a scalpel, you might find that if you get the blood oxygen corrected, that soft tissue relaxes and your nose opens up. So if you can start going in the right direction with your blood oxygen levels through the MSE, through improved oral volume, and then through improved nasal volume, you might find that that soft tissue that's causing the remainder of your constriction relaxes by means of this blood oxygen level correction through the Buteyko breathing. And you probably want to do some Buteyko breathing practice anyway. So that's my thoughts on that. MSE first, soft tissue surgery of the nose second, if necessary, and hope that contributes to the discussion of how MSE may or may not relate to deviated septum and other soft tissue issues of the nose. All right, everyone, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll talk to you all soon. Be easy. Peace.